Manny Pacquiao has lost his last 2 fights. On October 12th, in the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas, Nevada, the 2 men that beat him will face off. But before they do, right here, right now, Tim Bradley and Juan Manuel Márquez face off on HBO. Gentlemen.
How you doing, Max? Good to see you.
Thanks, champ. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
After the kind of fight you just had with Provodnikov, brutal fight.
Right.
First, how did you feel after that Provodnikov fight?
Well, went to the hospital that night. I had a concussion. You know, a few weeks after the fight, I was still affected by the damage that was done, but...
A few weeks after the fight?
Yeah.
What do you mean affected?
Just, you know, my speech was a little bit off, and, you know, was slurring a little bit, but, you know, after about 2 months, you know, I got my speech back, and, you know, I got my wits about me now.
After 2 months, that's what happens to like stroke victims. 2 months until you get your speech back. And now and coming off of that kind of a brutal fight, you gotta fight this guy after what he just did to Pacquiao. What do you think about that?
Can't hit what's not there.
When you hear that, what do you think that means, can't hit what's not there?
I think Bradley, he's a great fighter, but I like training very hard in all my fights, and in this fight is no exception.
But when he says he can't hit what's not there, you had something to prove against Provodnikov.
Oh, absolutely. I was in a very dark place at that time.
Because of the criticism after the Pacquiao fight.
Because of the criticism after the Pacquiao fight, I wanted to prove to the world that I am a true champion. A lot of people call me a fake champion, that I'm not a real champion, that I don't deserve the belt, you know. And I wanted to prove to the people that, hey, I am a real champion, that I can fight, that I can bring the house down, all right, and I can go through, I can weather any storm and come out on top.
So you're saying that after doing that against Provodnikov, you're going back to being a smart boxer?
That probably be the case in this fight. I know that I can't fight that way with him. Marquez is too smart. He's too smart, and he has a lot of power in his punches. So I can't fight a dumb fight. I have to be smart.
Did you see the Provodnikov fight?
Yes, it was a great fight.
What did you think of Tim Bradley's performance?
Tim Bradley had in the first round a great trouble, a great problem. And Provodnikov, he is very strong, but Bradley, he's used intelligence, he used experience, and he survived for the fight.
As a champion and a guy who's come up off the deck to win fights, like against Pacquiao, for instance, but against Katsidis and others, what did you recognize in Bradley when he was getting up off the canvas and fighting like a champion?
I recognize Bradley as a great fighter. He's a champion, and I have a top fight.
How do you beat a guy like that, who it seems like is knocked out in the fight a couple times, but he still manages to win? How do you beat that guy?
I need to work in very hard in the gym. I need to work in very hard in my camp training, my training camp. I need to use my experience. I need to use my intelligence. And I need to use everything, but especially I need to use my speed.
Everyone saw him put Pacquiao to sleep. But almost everyone thinks you didn't deserve the decision against Manny Pacquiao. What happened to your life? I mean, he puts Pacquiao to sleep. Even
right.
For the promotion for this fight, are people coming up to you saying, Marquez knocked Pacquiao out. You didn't beat no Pacquiao.
People are not saying that, but people are not giving me a chance in this fight. A lot of people are basically selling me out and just basically saying, you're not ready for Marquez, especially after Marquez just knocked out Pacquiao. I say, okay, that's your opinion. That's fine. That's your opinion. It's going to be a tough fight. It will be, but I'm going to win the fight. And I tell everybody that I'm going to win the fight.
What did you think when you watched Juan Manuel put Pacquiao to sleep like
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I've always given Marquez a great deal of respect because they say the same thing about him. Oh, well, you know, there's some people that say he didn't beat Pacquiao 3 times. There's some people that say he did beat Pacquiao 3 times. Well, that fight right there, the 4th time, he put the exclamation point on, and without a doubt, he took care of business and knocked Pacquiao out. It was unbelievable.
So Juan Manuel, you're a counterpuncher. If someone comes to you, you love it. Pacquiao came right to you. You knocked him out. Tim Bradley doesn't sound like he's gonna come to you. It sounds like he's gonna box. How do you beat him?
I think I need to use pressure, but I need to use pressure with intelligence.
So you're gonna bring the fight to Bradley?
Yes, Bradley is moved on the ring and in many rounds, but he looking for the fight too.
So how do you avoid falling into the traps that he's gonna set as he's putting the pressure on you? Because this guy knows what he's doing.
Well, if it boils down to it, then we're gonna be in the fight. You're gonna have to carry me out on a stretcher in order for me to lose, man. If Marquez don't knock me out, he's not gonna win the fight. He's not gonna win. If he doesn't put me on the canvas a couple times and seriously hurt me, he will not beat me.
How do you talk, not casually, but matter-of-factly, about the fact that you were fighting unconsciously? You were slurring your words for 2 months. You're fighting a great champion who's very smart and he can punch. And if it turns into another war, you're just gonna have to go to war and accept the consequences. How do you reconcile that, what's happening to you physically in those situations in your own mind?
Well, I really don't think about that. I mean, boxing's the hurt business, and you know, you gotta deal with the consequences later. So I'm willing to go into the devil's mouth and do what I have to do, or even dive in the deepest part of the ocean if need be to win. And I'll deal with the consequences later.
Why is that so important to you?
It's just my competitive nature. It's just something that I guess you're born with. You know, my dad possibly instilled it in me, but I just got a will, man, unbelievable will. It's almost like a rooster. You ever seen a rooster fight? He's dead on the floor and he's still pecking. That's me. I'm dead on the floor and I'm still pecking, baby.
I was fishing for it before because you told me on the radio show something that you told your father when he was upset at the punishment you took in the Provodnikov fight. Do you remember what you told me?
No, I don't remember.
Well, it's because you're concussed, obviously. You said that you told him you created this monster.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
He did. You know, hey, it's no pain, no gain. And I think my dad is truly probably one of the reasons why I'm able to fight the way I do.
Do you love him for it or hate him for it?
I love him for it. I love him for it. He used to always tell me, there's no limits. There's no limits. There's no limitation to what you can do or what you can endure. So I truly believe that. There's no limitations in what I can do.
You've fought so many great champions, and many of them have been very determined. But not all champions are as determined as all the others. When I see him, the quality that stands out to me is that determination. You saw it in the Provodnikov fight, but there have been others. When you look at Tim Bradley, do you see a different level of determination from other champions, or are all the champions very determined?
Yes, I think Bradley has a determination. He proved with Provodnikov fight. And I have determination because I fought with another great fighters. Pereira, Mayweather, Pacquiao. I have determination too. He wants to win the fight. I want to win the fight. I want to win the title. It's my 5th title in different division. I train very hard for that.
What do you see when you look at the man in front of you?
I'm a professional boxer, and I respect him in this moment. But when I will fight with him, the respect is finished.
What about you?
I've been studying this guy for a long time. I see little bits and pieces of myself in this guy right here. I've watched him many rounds, and I still study him today. What's surprising about this guy is that even though he's getting older in age, his reflexes are still that dang sharp. Like, every time. Every time I do something, I know he's gonna wanna do something right back. So I'm looking forward to a tough, brutal fight. Tough fight.
He says it's gonna be a brutal fight.
Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna be a brutal fight?
Yes, Bradley's a brutal fight. He likes to fight. I like to fight. This is an important fight for me because he's the champ. I fought with another great fighters, but Bradley is his time right now. He's a champion. After Provodnikov fight, he learned everything. Everybody knows I fought with another great fighters, but right now I fight with Bradley. it's a tough fight for me again. I need to working with the sparring partner with the speed, with intelligence too, but I looking for the determination on the ring.
Do you think you can knock him out after that Provodnikov fight? Can you knock Tim Bradley out?
I don't think so. I looking for the knockout, knock him out Bradley. But I know it's a tough fight, but I train him very hard. I only want to say that people will see another great fight.
Been in a lot of great fights recently.
Yeah, I think because his style and my style make the great fights. But maybe I do like Provodnikov, but I use my intelligence.
What do you think when you hear that?
Hey, he can do whatever he want to do. It don't really matter to me because everybody can have a game plan, and it's different. Let me tell you, it's different once you get in the ring with me.
Any closing thoughts?
I was just gonna see one exciting fight, man. I can't wait to get it on with Marquez. Can't wait to get it on with this legend right here.
Well, I will fight with another great fighter. I like this kind of challenge, and I want to prove Marquez is. I have 3 years old. For October 12th, maybe I will have 3 years old, but I feel like at 25, and I want to prove on the ring like that.
Tim Bradley, Juan Manuel Márquez, October 12th. We all look forward to it. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.